This is Tank's Vlog for January 19th, 2018. Wrapping up the day in sports, and the story right now in the NHL is one thing. Vegas Golden Knights. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh, is this an expansion team? They don't look like an expansion team. They look like cup contenders. It's absolutely incredible what's going on right now in Vegas. They have 30 wins. The record for expansion teams in NHL is 33. They've played 44 games. They got 38 games left to break that record, to win 4 games. They're going to do it. They're going to smash that record. They're going to get in the playoffs. And right now, they're 2 points behind the Tampa Bay Lightning for the best record overall in the NHL. What is going on? Can you believe this is an expansion team? Can you believe it? I don't believe it. It's just stunning. You can't deny it anymore. It can't be denied anymore. The Vegas Golden Knights are for real. They are legitimate cup contenders, and they are a good team. This could be the story of all time regarding expansion teams. Tonight, it was just more of the same. I mean, they marched into Tampa, and they beat up the Lightning 4-1. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are the best team in the NHL. They have the most points, just by 2 now. They just lead the Vegas Golden Knights by 2 points for the best overall record in the NHL. I knew the Vegas Golden Knights were going to be decent as an expansion team. I knew they were going to be. You're not going to push them around. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. Nobody could seriously thought they'd make the playoffs. But right now, they're leading the West. They're leading the Pacific. They got 63 points. I mean, if you would have said that they got 80 points, everyone in Las Vegas would have signed up for that at the beginning of the season. They would have said, damn, that's good for an expansion team. They got 63. We're not at the All-Star break yet. It's just an incredible story, these Vegas Golden Knights. And you know, if you put down a lark bet at the beginning of the season, when they were 200-1, and now their odds have significantly improved. It's not 200-1 anymore, guys. So you're not going to make that cash in because how good they've played. But if you bet at the beginning of the season, October 1st, put down a lark bet of $100 at 200-1. And can you imagine, there's probably a lot of crazy sports fans in Vegas that might have done that. There are going to be a lot of people cashing in if this team somehow wins the cup. And if this team wins the cup, oh my. And you know what? This is proving the point. Vegas was overdue for a sports team. They got the NHL now. I won't be surprised in 20 years they have all 4 sports. The Raiders are going to be there within a few years. I think the NBA eventually is going to go to Vegas. I'm shocked that they haven't got a team in Vegas already. I thought the NBA would be the first team to go. And I think baseball might be the last team to go, but I can see baseball succeeding in Vegas. I mean, just look at the 2 teams that have awful stadiums. The Athletics and the Rays. Either one of those teams could excel in Las Vegas. And nobody's hurt by the gambling. Nobody's hurt by the gambling. This is why gambling should be legalized all throughout the United States. And, of course, the best place to go betting right now is MyBookieAG, where you get 100%. If you put down, you get a 50% bonus if you mention the word tank. I mean, what can you lose? You go out to MyBookieAG. That's the premier gambling site on the internet for sports. MyBookieAG. Use the promo code TANK when signing up. Elsewhere in the NHL on Thursday night, it was the Devils in overtime, 4-3. They held off a late rally by the Capitals to recover in overtime when Taylor Hall scored at 34 seconds in. Really nice win for the Devils. They needed it. In second place in the Metropolitan Division, the Capitals had basically pushed them over in their previous meetings, and tonight the Devils got the win. They're now only 4 points behind for getting back to the top spot in the Met Division. It was the Rangers winning 4-3 as Rick Nash had 2 goals and an assist. He's been really hot as of late. And the Rangers, who are basically right now fighting for their playoff lives, can't afford losses to teams like the Sabres. The Bruins, they remain red hot. Patrice Bergeron got a hat trick in Brooklyn as the Bruins beat the Islanders 5-2. It was the Flyers in overtime over the Maple Leafs. It was the Blue Jackets 2-1 winners over the Stars in a shootout. It was the Blues beating the Senators 4-1. The Predators beat the Coyotes in a shootout 3-2. The Avalanche buried the Sharks 5-3. While the Penguins bounced back from a loss in Anaheim and beat the Kings 3-1 in LA. NBA, Celtics lost the second straight game at home, losing to the 76ers 89-80 after a big night from Joel Embiid. The Cavaliers, they snapped their losing streak, but boy, they had to sweat it out doing so, beating the awful Orlando Tragic 104-103 at home. You know, the Cavaliers, they got the win, but they still don't look right. And tonight, the NBA voting for the All-Star game was announced, with LeBron James and Stephen Curry serving as captains, as they will choose teams this year, repeating a format that was tried by the NHL and failed. Tried by the NFL and failed miserably. Maybe it will work in the NBA, because that's kind of going to be interesting to see how these teams stack up. I think the NBA, this format might work best, just based on how the NBA All-Star game works. It's just a bunch of people playing schoolyard basketball, and why not choose a schoolyard type team? Although I prefer the East-West format. Come on, guys. I mean, All-Star games aren't like they used to be, but at least East-West, you could grab onto something. It was the Rockets 116-98 winners over the Timberwolves, and the Trailblazers beating the Pacers 100-86. Today's 3 stars are Patrice Bergeron of the Bruins with his hat trick, Joel Embiid, who had 26 points, 16 boards, and 6 assists, leading the 76ers to a win over the Celtics, and Rick Nash, who had 2 goals and an assist, helping the Rangers beat the Sabres. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Super Bowl 25 MVP Otis O.J. Anderson, who turned 61. And we take a look back at the birth of a dynasty. 16 years ago today, Tom Brady fumbled, but a technicality called the tuck rule, which I never got the tuck rule. I mean, I understand if you're pumping the ball and throwing the ball, yeah, they could call that a tuck rule. But he was trying to put the ball back in his chest and absorb the hit. I mean, I'm glad that rule is gone. It was the rule. It was a ridiculous rule. Makes no sense. I mean, a fumble's a fumble. A catch is a catch. That's what, if your eyes tell you what you see, there shouldn't be, like, technology and science and NASA scientists and protractors going. Well, anyway, the Patriots won the game, went on to win Super Bowl 36, and the rest is history. So to look back at the birth of a dynasty at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives, and just, oh, can you believe those Vegas Golden Knights? Good day.